welcome to this walk around video of this beautiful Toyota Crown Majesta. This specific Toyota Crown comes with the 1UZVVTI, so this is the same V8 shared with the LS400, the 1 million mile V8 as everyone likes to call it. It is one of the most indestructible motors on the face of the planet, extremely reliable, extremely smooth, and this is a perfect example of it put into application. This particular vehicle does have a lot of cool little things, like it has a heads-up display. It also has these cool little options on the actual display that changes all the information that shows it. I'll get into that in a little bit, but to me that's one of the coolest things in this car. It is finished in this beautiful dark blue. In the dark it really does look almost black, but in the sun it has this pearlescent shine to it. Excuse me for all the shaking. I really am trying to have this camera be as smooth as possible, so hopefully nobody gets any motion sickness during this video. Let's get into this though. This is a beautiful Toyota Crown, imported with all documents. It is also a Florida title. This vehicle will be offered on Bring a Trailer and will be going live as soon as possible. Please do click the link that will be in the description if you're trying to bid on the vehicle or just see how the auction is going. It does come with this really cool set of wheels. I've owned a couple of Crowns, I've imported a couple of Crowns also, and I haven't really seen this wheel setup on it. I do like those a lot though, I will say. They look like they fit it. The car has a very nice silhouette, something that is pretty timeless. Let's come to the back here, show off the beautiful dual exhaust setup. There she is. That beautiful V8 emblem, letting everyone know, hey, I got the big boy here. No 1J, no 2J, no. You got the 1UZ. All right, let's do a little walk around on the inside and then we'll go for a drive-by. All right, so here is a little interior walk-in. So you got heated mirrors and you also automatic folding mirrors. Very, very cool thing here. You got cruise control. I mean, how cool is that? Very, very awesome. You also have a couple other buttons here, and that's going to be to change the mode on the HUD and the mode on the radio. So we'll go ahead and turn the radio off. I'm going to show you this cool feature here. So this is the HUD feature. I'm going to just close the door. All right, beautiful. So what you can see here is right now there is this thing, so the heads-up display, it's on off, but when you press on, I don't know if you guys can see it, you see that little light there? How cool is that? Look, so it's off, on, and you get yourself a little heads-up display that is being projected by right here. Pretty cool, still works, which is awesome. It also does have this cool digital dash, so you can go here again, and then if you see multi-display, there's a main and a mode. If you click main, it's going to go into this complete digital. If you click main again, it comes back to this tachometer and also a little bit of a digital on the bottom. And then if you go click on mode, it will change through some information, which is pretty cool. That was the outside temp. I think this is trip since the last mileage since the last trip. Not too sure what that is. I think this gas mileage, if I'm not mistaken, 0.09 kilometers per liter, which is hilarious, but makes sense since it's only the last trip. And then it goes away, which is very, very fun. I really like this. I brought so many cars in from Japan and not many have these heads-up displays, but this is a very, very cool little feature here that I find very neat. And then we can go back to main. Pretty cool. And then over here, pretty basic setup. You know, Toyota. I feel like they kind of put this setup on most of their cars of this generation. It does have this cool swinging button here for the AC vents. The AC does work, so let's go ahead and turn on the AC, and it will press the swing button, and they'll kind of start oscillating back and forth, going left or right, which is really cool. Let's see, swing. There we go. Let me see if I can get it into the zoom. See, how cool is that? They're doing their own thing. They're dancing. They're dancing. All right. We go have this cassette disc changer, so it's a 6-disc CD changer, and it also takes a cassette. Pretty cool. And then you have your little cover here that goes down and stays. Beautiful. There's an ETC reader on the bottom right here. It's not the one that says hello to you, so a little disappointing there, but still there. Very cool. Got your low to 2, 3, 4, go to drive, neutral, reverse, park. This is your emergency override in case you want to go into neutral, reverse if the car is off. You also have your power modes here. So you got your power, and then you have your snow mode. You also have your traction control button, and then you also have here a cigarette lighter that has not been used, which is extremely rare when it comes to Japanese customers and Japanese car owners. Got yourself a little cup holder here, and then got my wallet and a little nice storage here, and another one here. And if I'm not mistaken, I do feel that it is a little colder in here. A lot of these cars came with a vent that goes straight into here for you to be able to maybe store like a drink or something and then keep it cold. Little coin holders here. What else we got? We have this little storage area, so you can also store your I think this would be perfect for CDs, cassettes, or your paperwork, really depends. And then you also have your actual little box here, the glove box with your original Toyota booklet. This car does come with 2 keys, which is fantastic. Also, very cool thing, they are automatic seats. So the seats are automatic in this car, which is very awesome, on both sides. So you can actually control the seat here and then here from the front for right here, which is pretty cool. That is awesome. On this side you have all automatic windows, automatic locks, and then you also have your little opener for the trunk. Boom. And now what we are going to do, even though it is supposedly low on gas, we're going to go on a drive. It is holding beautiful temps. I have had the car on as I was taking pictures, so the car has been on for about 30 to 45 minutes, holding temps. AC is booming, and these things are still dancing. All right, let's go for a drive. All right, so we will now be going on a little drive. Let us first put on our seatbelts without getting it under our camera strap. Let's see if we can do this. A little technical difficulties here. All right, here we go. Let's put this on the main display. I love this. I really love this. I think I talked about this more than anything else in the car, but man, do I love this. The heads-up display is also on. I don't know if you guys can see it. I really want to try to, let's see if we can get it into zoom. There it is, and look, it works. Let's see, 6, 7. Oh my goodness, we're moving. All right, here we go. If anyone has ever ridden in any of these cars are powered by this 1UZ motor, or if you've ever owned one of these and had the luxury of owning a car that has that, you know that the power delivery on these motors is unmatched. The smoothness is unmatched. The way the car rides, let's put up the window so we don't have to hear the wind. The way the car drives, rides, everything about it is just magnificent. You feel like you're riding on air. You feel like there's really nothing underneath you. It's super smooth. You also feel like you could go extremely fast and the car will handle it. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like this, you know, these cars are made to just be cruising, and it is a perfect car for someone who's going to be taking it on the highway, maybe taking it on different trips and whatnot, but it's also a perfect daily. Mind you, it is a V8, so whoever is going to own it, obviously the gas, got to just put into perspective that it is a V8. The car is driving fantastic, holding temps perfectly, 54 kilometers an hour. I mean, this is the most elegant driving experience I think that Toyota has ever made. And I've owned Celsiors, I've owned